special, no big deal. There were a lot of directors around, and so he did these pictures, and three of these films. No one involved in this remembers making them. Well, I don't remember making a lot of movies that I made, except when I come out here in the evening, and I let my mind go out there, and then wonderful memories come back, romantic memories, and stunt movies, and it's all there, Everything, who you are is right there, right at the top of your head. That's who you are, because every signal has to come through here, every behavior. So, if this is working right, then your behavior patterns don't do that. But my behavior pattern was off the charts, sort of like Donald Trump, for example, His behavior pattern is way off the charts. But, I'm not going there. I'm thinking, well, so, and there you have it. You have another question or so?
I actually do not, but obviously you're welcome, any closing words?
Now that we have some light, right, when I come out here and sit down here, I just see my life from 1947 when I saw Steve Reeves right over there in the original Muscle Beach, because that in the old days, that's where bodybuilding started, really. Because people would come there, the tourists would come there, and then people would be enthusiastic and say, well, I want to do some weight training also. So, and then the Ferris wheel, you see where it is?
Yeah.
And at night it is really spectacular what they do with that. It actually has become like the Eiffel Tower of Santa Monica.
Yeah,
question about
it's definitely a
yes.
Santa Monica landmark.
Yeah. And when I sit here in the evening and I'm looking out there and I'm thinking, what is out there? Now I become extremely engaged in the Smithsonian and National Geographic, because now before I decided no way, but now I am convinced that there had to have been other people coming here, had to have been, because there are big cultures that created some of these, like Angkor Wat. I mean, that created these structures, thousands of years ago, that they don't know how they did them today. They don't know how they built the pyramid. They still don't know how they did that. Think of some of those stones, they weigh tons. And some of those, and Easter Island, those figures they have there with elongated heads, and 2/3 of those things are underground, and they're all lined up, and who did that? Who were the people who did that? And one of them I saw weighed 65 tons.
Wow.
And there it is, mounted up, Who did that? They have no clue who did that. And what also got me more interested was, Professor David Soren inviting me to, that changed my life also, to get the reason they gave me that award was they said that my films entertained so many people, and wherever I worked and all around the world, usually I was the only American there, and I made it my business to be the good American. I made friends with everybody, and many times, because there were low budget pictures, we would stay in the homes of some of the people who worked in the film, and I, get to know their family, their children, have dinner with them, and hang out and just talk about stuff. But I never ever felt 1 ounce of. We had never had I don't remember ever having a political discussion or a religious discussion. It was just people, because we're all people, all this stuff about, the Muslims and blah, 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 blah. I mean, we're all just animals, right? Yes. We all have to have our food, our territory, our mate, and we all have to recreate more of ourselves. It's just instinct, and you have to do it. You have to pee, you have to poop, you have to eat. That's it. I see all these nature movies, and hear all these animals. Animals are eating animals, fish are eating fish, birds are eating birds, and we're eating everything. Where everything's on the menu. But when I see now, I've jumped in off of yachts and off of boats, all around Hong Kong. I made several in Hong Kong. Just out there on boats, and jumping off the boat and swimming around. But then when I see these nature films, here are sharks. They know where you are when they're half a mile away. So I'm not getting a shark a shot at me. Are you kidding? Because I'm on their menu. Are we? Yes. Well, thanks. And you know what else they do? Because when I sit out there, these sharks, not sharks, but seals, they surf. They love to get in the wave with some of these surfers. They get in the wave, that freaks me out. I say, whoa, that's a surfing seal. They just want to join the party. Some of these surfer kids, they are just phenomenal athletes. I did a little surfing, but I never had time to really get into it. I'm sorry about that. But I couldn't do everything. Everything I did, I tried to do as good as I could. And luckily enough, I had the strength to do it, and I had and when I see these movies now, I think I must have been out of my mind. There's no way I could do that now. Who was that? I don't even recognize that guy who did that stuff. Yeah, so this is it. I sit here looking out that way. It's just a great feeling. Too bright. At this point in my life. And I said I'm on the list of the upper echelon where they're asking me if you want to be donate a nursing home or whatever. And yesterday I got a call. Someone was offering me all kinds of medication at a lower price. I said, what medications are you taking? I said, none. What do you mean? You're over 80 years old. What do you mean you're not taking? Because you see on television all the names of these things. I don't even know what they're supposed to do. There's no way they can test these things against everything else they tell you to take. So that creates a problem. Luckily, I just I take very good care of myself. Except for when I'm doing all those crazy things. But I keep my weight exactly where I want it, and that's no problem once you get into that thing. They're mostly on very healthy, light solids. I don't overeat. So that's it.
Very nice.
Hasta la vista, baby. Yeah. So I'm very, very grateful to Professor Soren for that Distinguished Lifetime Achievement Award in the humanities, because the humanities meant for them I was entertaining so many people, and the fact that I was an American doing this. And I still, to this day, and we're talking about that was all like 50 years ago, and I still am getting autographs, requests to this day, because those films are still out there. And in Sri Lanka, because of that one movie, it's like Gone with the Wind in Sri Lanka. It's a movie, Three Yellow Cats. It's been playing there somewhere in Sri Lanka for the last 50 years.
That's great.
And then once in a while, I will have here. Now there's so many foreigners who come over here, and they'll see me, or see me along there, and they'll, Brad Harris. And I've had somebody come up here, and I knew what the question was, and said, "You look like Brad Harris. You look like Brad Harris." And I just say, "Yeah, people have told me that." I don't want to really get into it, you know. Well, I hope that they're happy with our material.
Yeah.